Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Media Mania Podcast. This time it's the Media Mania Podcast After Dark. And I'm joined by the one and the only, the Rockergeist from Riffs from the Afterlife. Rockergeist, how are you?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you for summoning me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. I'm thrilled to sit down with the Rockergeist and just find out the lore behind you.
And there is lore. There is a lot of lore there.
And I love the whole suit you got going on, the background. I love everything.
We are a rock star. We are a little undead, but
I love it, and it's like the one song says, "Everybody loves a sharp dressed man."
ZZ Top did say that, didn't they?
hmm Now, before we get too much into it, I want to know. I've heard you say it. I've heard others say it that the Rocket Guys came to be because he met a man in black at the crossroads.
That is what they say. That is what they say.
What deal was struck between the man in black and the Rocket Guys?
Well, there had to be some sort of deal struck to bring me back above ground.
What was the deal? What were the terms?
I did sell my soul to come back here and entertain everybody.
And how did you come up with the name the Rockergeist?
Oh, the Rockergeist, the name. It's a play, and people don't get it. It's a play on two different things: American rock music and a German word that everybody should know. Think poltergeist, except I'm not a noisy ghost. I'm the spirit of rock and roll.
And how did the riffs from the Afterlife come to be?
It was always in the cards to do a show. Um, originally I didn't know what I was going to do, and it all just kind of sort of came together in a weird way.
Okay. And how does the mask and just the outfit how does that come to be?
What was that?
Like how did the mask how did you like the mask that like how much does the mask play into the Rocker Guys?
Did it freeze on me? I can't hear you.
I was saying, how much of the mask plays into the Rocker Guys coming to life?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. I think it's on your. We're having some problem. We're having. He seems to be having some technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. While we're waiting on the Rocker Guys. Oh, he's back. Rocker Guys is back, ladies and gentlemen. Rocker Guys, we can't hear you.
There we go. We're back.
As I was saying, how does the mask come to like? How much of the mask how much of a role does the mask play into making the Rocker Guys come to life?
It's 100% of bringing him to life. What's under the mask is irrelevant. It's just a vessel.
Okay.
It's just a body for him to inhabit.
And are there different versions of the Rocker Guys, or is it just the one version?
Right now, it's just the one version, but there could always be an evolution.
And I ask this because I've seen so many of your live stream where you're like, it's like every stream is a different outfit, a different vibe to every show.
Yeah, we do a lot. I mean, we got to represent the bands that we're playing and the groups that we're playing, and um, music is a big part of my life.
Uh, and is there, um, where all can people find the Rockergeist at?
I am currently on Instagram and TikTok. That's where I'm at right now. Anybody else is just imitating.
Often imitated but never duplicated.
Exactly. You can't duplicate perfection.
No, the ghost tells with the most. So, is there any Rockergeist merch that has been created or that will be created that people can buy to support the Rift from the
It,
Afterlife?
it's been created, and we're just working on getting it out. Um,
Well,
we do have some stickers. We do have some other things that we've rolled out this week. Um, we have a very exclusive club that you can join on TikTok for anybody that gets over 1,000 in coins. They join the Black Cord Society. That is a
okay.
signed poster, a welcome letter, a whole merch package.
So is the mask you're wearing now, is it the original mask that you started with, or is it
It,
a
it
different
is the
one?
original.
It is the original? And is that the mask you have on? Have you altered it in any way, or is that just how it came?
That is how it came.
And what made you choose this mask? What made you choose this one?
I wanted something that embodied the spirit of rock and roll, but had more of an ethereal, otherworldly vibe to it.
Okay. And how we were talking about it, like what that like. So each episode you do on TikTok or wherever you do your lives at, it's like a different vibe every night, different kinds of music every night. Correct?
Yep, we try to get something in there for everybody. We do a lot of heavy metal, a lot of rock, but we can also switch it up. We can do country. We've done a blues night. The night that Ace Frehley passed away, we changed it all up in about 35 minutes and did an entire Ace Frehley tribute show.
So does the rocker guy himself? Does he play any instruments, or does he just bring the music wherever he goes?
He is a musician. I have played. I started off playing piano when I was very young, and then I played violin, and I have played guitar. So he is a musician.
So we've talked about the rocker guys a little bit. How did the show you do Riffs from the Afterlife? How did you choose the name, and how did you choose where you were going to do it at?
Um, when I chose the name, I wanted something that people were going to see and they were going to jump in and be like, okay, what's this all about? I wanted something catchy, um, something that people could relate to. And then, location wise, doing it on TikTok, it was the best of both worlds because I feel like that platform provides you with so many more opportunities than other platforms do.
Uh, So what what goes into making every show? Like how much effort goes into making each show every night?
It's about 12 hours worth of work pre-show for everything. 30 minutes to set it up, and then we go for 2 hours, 6 nights a week. All of all of the set lists are pre-built. Um, I build all the set lists, all the music every night.
And so do you do all this by yourself behind the scenes, or do you have anyone that helps you like kind of prepare?
I Everything from the graphics to the set list to setup and everything is all on me.
So how do you keep your shows like as organized as you do? Like I know you said you do all the playlists and all that, but like, how do you keep like order in your shows? Like, do you have people that help you run the shows?
I do have Sweet Dreams, who is a wonderful mod. She is, I say it every night, she is the other half of the show. She's the backbone of the show. She holds the whole show together. Um, she comes in and she runs everything behind the scenes for me, so I can just focus on running the show.
The rocker guy. I don't know how much in detail you want to get, but the rocker guy also has a part of him that is a wrestling fan, correct?
Absolutely, lifelong.
Did wrestling play any part in helping create the character, the Rockergeist?
I think it did in a way. I know we've talked about it before, but my mentality when I put the mask on and I do a show is very similar to a lucha libre mentality where this is sacred. This does not come off for anything.
Yeah,
Um, it's very sacred to me. Keeping the lore and the mythology behind the character is very important to me.
yeah. So how is it hard or is it easy to switch that like to turn that button on and off when you're the Rockergeist and when you're not the Rockergeist?
Oh, I can flip it on and off when I want to. It's very easy. We are very much one body, but we're inhabited by two different people.
Okay. And you said the Rockergeist is also on Instagram, correct?
Yes, sir, he is.
And what kind like will the Rockergeist ever be live on Instagram at any point?
I have thought about going live on Instagram. I haven't pulled the trigger on that. I just don't feel like we have the following there yet. Um, Instagram seems to be a much harder platform to build on.
Okay. So will the Rockergeist ever be on any other platforms besides TikTok and Instagram?
Down the road, I think we will be. Um, I think right now I'm
He seems to be having some more technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Give him just a second. Uh,
I'm happy with the growth that we've seen, and
yeah. So are there any plans for the remainder of 2025 for the Rockergeist?
with that,
I was saying, are there any plans for the? Well, he seems to be having some more technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen.
sorry about that.
Oh, you're all good, Rockergeist. You're all good.
Um, but no, I think I'm happy with the growth that we've seen on TikTok. I'm happy with how things are going there. Um, and I think eventually down the road, if things grow enough, then yeah, we will branch out to other platforms and other live streams.
Okay. But so there's no plans for the remainder, like no big plans for the remainder of 2025. What up for 2026? Do you see anything big for the Rockergeist in 2026?
Um, I'd like to I'd like to branch out more into actually getting out and bringing the character out into public more. Um, Doing more with it in terms of not just being on a platform, but being off platform and bringing the character to life outside of social media.
Well, I know if you ever have any more stickers or anything like that, I'd be glad to have one, and I'll put it where everyone can see it.
Oh, they're coming. We're just working on them right now.
And I don't mind helping get the word out for the Rocker guys. I love what you're doing with the character. I love and I try to catch every live I can of yours because there's always a different vibe every night.
No, I appreciate that. We appreciate everything you do for us. All the love and support. It means a lot.
Yeah, of course it's like, and we gotta be nice to the flight attendants
Right.
because we cannot afford it because as you say you cannot afford to train them.
No, we cannot. Thankfully, nobody filed any complaints against our flight attendants. We are on a shoestring budget right now, so we can't afford to train them. We only got economy class seating, and we can't afford snacks.
So the suit you have on, how much went into putting the suit together that you have now?
This suit in particular, um, the jacket and the shirt, probably over $100 on this one.
What about the gloves? Are the gloves like are those special too?
Um, we try to keep with the undead vibe.
Yeah,
Um, and like I said, we try to keep the lore and the mythology alive. So I hide a lot of things that you know could identify the vessel if anybody was to jump on and see it.
okay. So there's a good bit of money and energy that goes into making the rocker guy who he is.
What was that?
I said there's a good bit of money and energy and effort that goes into making the rocker geist.
There was a good bit of investment in getting set up right, getting the look right. Um, you know, there's a lot that goes into it that people don't see behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Um, and then there's just once it's all said and done and everything's set up and you know you flip that switch, the character just comes to life, and that's all I really wanted for it.
yeah. So and I've seen this in all your lives, like the lights and just the effects that you have during the show. I could tell the effort you go into making the shows what they are and the rocker guys what he is.
Yeah, we started off, like I said, we started off on a budget. We're still on a budget, but we've been able to upgrade slowly and build things up to the level they are. They're still not at the level I want them to be. Um, I've got much bigger plans cinematically for the show and for what I do.
So I so is there what universe does the rocker guys exist in?
Oh, I mean, we say it every night. We invite people down into the underworld. We are underground. Um, we are underground, underworld. Um, I am about as undead as they get.
So if you had to classify the rocker guys in a music genre just on the character himself, what where would you place him at?
Oh, he is definitely heavy metal. He's heavy metal. Um, he's 80s rock. He's loud. He's unapologetic. He's in your face.
So does you were talking about the rocker guy? You're wanting to take the rocker guys into other like out in public. So what would that entail?
Right now, we're looking at different events that happen throughout the year. There's different um, Comic Con events and expos. You know, um, where I'm at, the Oddities and Curiosities Expo comes around every year, and that's just a very strange, bizarre event, and it fits perfectly.
Okay. So if the rocker guys ever started attending like conventions and all that, would the rocker guys have like his own table or something? That way, if he wanted to come see the rocker guys,
I would absolutely love that. I also would not mind, just walking around and having people come up and visit.
uh, yeah, it'll be an awesome thing to see. It's like, and I know because you're the rocker guy. He's based out of Florida. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're just like, is there a lot of like other cosplayers that like? Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, did you take inspiration from like other like because the reason I asked the mask you have on it kind of reminds me of some of the creepy clowns you see in some of these old killer clowns from outer space and all that's what did you take inspiration from like any horror movies with your rocker guys character?
So it's a funny story because back about 2014, 15, I was a scare actor. I did do scare acting for several years. Um, Different face, different persona, um, but that never really goes away. Where the Rockergeist is different is he is very heavily influenced by obviously music, but the Misfits were a heavy influence. He's heavily influenced by pro wrestling and guys like Vampiro, guys he grew up watching. So,
Yeah.
so there's very heavy undertones of, you know, that otherworldly, ethereal vibe, the Vampiros, the Misfits, things of that nature.
So the Rocker Guys is basically like a like so many pop icons, music icons, just all rolled into one universe now.
Right, exactly. He's slowly building on that ability to be a pop culture phenomenon in the same way, Vampiro came in the '90s and was instantly, right there at the forefront, or the Misfits, and things of that nature.
Yeah. So, are there any people that you would love to have on one of your live streams, like to come guest appear on?
Oh man, you asked me if there are people I'd love. We have thought about doing a separate show to have more musicians come in and play live. But if you ask me if I had to pick somebody to do a show around, um, pro wrestling wise, I would definitely say guys like Vampiro and Raven are right up there. Music wise, um, the Misfits, Billy Corgan, Axl Rose, Brett Mike.
I'll like if you had something like that, I would tune in and that'd be something awesome to see. Especially like you being a friend of the show, it'd be awesome to see someone that I personally know that the show personally is connected to, just have something like that happen for them.
That would be, I sit there in the show every night and I don't get my hopes up, but I'm like, one day somebody's gonna pop in,
Yeah. Oh,
and it's gonna change.
I can see it. I see it happening. It's gonna happen. It's a matter of when, not if.
It's. I know it's a matter of if, not when. It's just, it's the waiting game.
Well, if you had, for anyone that's a wrestling fan or wants to get involved in the music world in some capacity, or like be inspired to create something like you were doing, what would you leave them with?
If you're gonna, and it's all part of being an entertainer. Um, if you're gonna do it, put your time and effort into it. Sit there and really, because this wasn't an overnight thing. This took, to get the character perfect before that first show. And I'll admit it wasn't perfect. We've gone through our growing pains and we've evolved with it. But the character itself took about 3 months to build before that first show even went live. Um, but once you got that character down and you got that persona down and you know what you want to do, just hit that button and do it. Don't hesitate. I see so many people, on a daily basis. Well, I'm afraid to go live. I'm afraid to do this. Just do it. Just hit the button and do it.
Because you always, yeah, and I always tell people this: if you never do it, you'll be sitting asking yourself years down the road, what if? Like, what if this? What if that?
Exactly. You're going to question, what could have happened if I had hit that button that night and just done it. For me, that first show, and January 31st, I was just talking about this last night. January 31st is going to be the 100th live show that we've done, and
That's
that's
awesome.
crazy to think about. Um, but I wouldn't be where I am if I hadn't hit that button that first night. If I had hesitated and not done it, nothing would have come of it. I would have spent months working on something that never saw the light of day.
And I, if you're up to a year, like later on down the road, maybe like about this time or like another 6 months from now, I'd love to have you back on to see how far it's come from now.
I would absolutely love to come back. I would be honored.
Well, if y'all haven't yet, you know what I'm about to say. If you haven't yet, go check out the Rockergeist on Instagram. Go check out his show, Riffs from the Afterlife, on TikTok. It's an awesome experience. The lights, the music, the vibes, the jokes. It's a fun time. He's a friend of the Media Mania podcast. Like, this is one of the episodes I was looking forward to this episode all week. Getting to talk music, getting to talk just the lore, getting to see what deal was made with the Rocker Guys and the Man in Black at the crossroads. So, and when he gets it, make sure you buy some Rocker Guys merch. Support him. It goes a long way in like creating everything we create, everything we do. It makes it so worth it when we see our merch out in the wild.
Come on in and visit us. We're live 6 nights a week. We're live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturdays we're on 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's so much more than a live music experience. We do so much in there. We're also a mental health checkpoint. We try to create a space for people where they can just come and they can vibe and they can, de-stress from the week or the day or whatever the case may be.
And that's another awesome thing we us here at the Media Podcast love is when we see people like making sure people's mental health is good and giving them a place to come in and just unwind.
Yeah, and that was a big part of it. I say it every night. Music is one of those things that it heals the mind, body, and the soul, and it brings people together, and that's what we try to do. We try to create a safe space for people to come and just relax and unwind and de-stress. And if you need somebody to talk to, we're there.
I can speak from my personal experience. I appreciate anyone in the who does that for people who have their mental health. Mental health is not a joke.
No, no, mental health is not a joke. It goes overlooked a lot of the time. As we have talked about it on the show, we did talk about drawing a blank on names because it's not my team, obviously. But we did talk about the pro football player who just passed away. Um,
Yep,
and,
the
that
Dallas
led to
Cowboys. Yeah,
a conversation on mental health and just being aware and being in the moment and checking on your friends. Um, I said it that night. Um, the biggest thing you want to do is check on your happy friends because sometimes your happy friends aren't as happy as they seem.
if you need someone to talk to, drop into Riffs from the Afterlife. Reach out to the Meanie Mania podcast, and if anything else, there's resources to reach out to. Call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline or text the I forget the number to text, but reach out. There's resources out there to reach out to.
There are resources, and I'll say it every night. My DMs are always open. If I can't help you, I can get you resources that can help you.
So this is another thing. This is one of the things I love. Like, I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. The Rocker guy sees more than just another like person out there, another influencer you see on social media. He's the real deal. What you see is what you get.
I don't even use the term influencer, because I am that guy, and what you see is what you get. There's no smoke and mirrors. I mean, except for the stage presence, which is a lot of smoke and mirrors. But when it comes down to it, when it comes down to issues like that, what you see is what you get, and I'm gonna be straight with you.
I want to thank you, Rocker guys, for coming on the show tonight and talking about just how the Rocker guys came to be and just giving everyone a little knowledge and just sharing a little bit of you and what you're about.
I appreciate you having me on here. I appreciate the invite. It was nice to get above the surface for once.
And if you haven't yet, I'm gonna use my own little line here for this. Enter the afterlife if you dare.
Welcome, foolish mortals. You
And
die.
and as always, I've been your host, the Media Manager Mike Weldon, and this has been the ghost host with the most, often imitated, never duplicated, the Rockergeist from Riffs from the Afterlife. And if you didn't catch this episode live, make sure you catch it on the replay of video on demand. And we are out of here, and we're gonna rock ourselves out.